Colleagues, is Tusanan PM Sebata. I'm going to do a short video, but I'm going to go through lots of stocks at an extreme pace. Reason being, I did a video last week. Just to verify that. Yes, it was last week, where I stated the fact that Apple was in a topping zone. And I was clear in this video that it's not a selling zone, but a topping zone. So I want to touch on that and clarify what difference that made. The stock was here, where this bold white line and the dotted one is. So it was trading at that zone. That's where I said this is a topping zone. And note, when you compare the two videos, the prices will be slightly different due to the split which Apple did between the previous video being done and the current one. But the split was just a division by 4. Is it 4 or 5? I'm no longer sure, but yeah, it's immaterial in the analysis. So I said this was a topping zone, a zone where one had to protect the profits which they would have benefited from this move. When you got there, protect your profits. I insisted on that one. And I even mentioned that for a selling zone to happen, we needed a parabolic SAR, these dots, to flip over the price, to be above the price, and the price to close below tenkan, the blue line. What has happened since that 1 week ago, and in the video I said this is likely to take a week or two. And what has since happened, we have seen price parabolic SAR flipping over, going above price closing below tenkan there. This bar, the bar from yesterday, was when things shifted. Once this bar closed, it was established. This selling zone was now confirmed. This was now in a sell zone because all the indicators which I needed to align were aligned. Parabolic SAR above, price closing below tenkan, the blue line. All these stock RSI is pointing downwards. RSI closing below the 70 line. Stochastic closing below its 80 line and below its moving average. All those were confirmed, and also we had divergence. Price was moving higher, it moved higher. RSI had refused to confirm that, clear divergence, and we had a confirmation of a second top of this divergence. So all was set. We had sell divergence, close below tenkan, the blue line, parabolic SAR flipping over. And if you had followed my advice to protect yourself at that level, you would have been able to action your trade during the business trade yesterday, because that's where it closed. Even if you had let it close, you're not going to lose anything below that level because you had put your protection there. And you'd have closed the trade towards the end of the trading day yesterday or this morning. Whichever way, you'd have still maintained the profits you had made up to that level. And now you'd have set up a short position on Apple. But key, this is playing the daily charts. I'll just quickly move to the weekly to explain a small thing, but all my charts will be predominantly based on the daily setup. On the weekly, if you came to play the weekly game, you need to be a little more patient. Parabolic SAR is not flipped over. Price, yes, is now below tenkan, but you have to wait for this bar to close on a weekly basis, which is today's the close of the week. We'll see how it goes. If parabolic SAR flips over, price closes below, you who wants to play a weekly game can also get involved. But I'll go back to the daily chart and try to pick up my pace. I just wanted to take my time to clarify the difference between a topping zone and a sell zone. This was a topping zone. Price did not move that much any higher. What it did in those 3 days trying to move higher was wiped out in 1.5 days. So you were better off protecting yourself there, and yesterday or this morning getting short. That's it. A topping zone is a zone where the price has hit its top and you have these groupings. Sell zone is confirmation of those. And also, I rarely talk about candlesticks formation, but at all the topping zone, there is a candlestick for confirmation. Green, engulfing candle, gapping downwards. This is clearly a candlestick formation of a top zone. But that's Apple. I'll go and quickly show you what's happening on Facebook. What I'm doing, I'm picking lots of stocks to illustrate the point. That's a common point. It's not something just out of the blue that's happening to Apple only. This is what is happening to Facebook. Facebook just managed to do a flip over today. So if you are trading, if you want to trade Apple, you can start shorting Facebook currently. It has flipped over, it's below, trading below tenkan, likely to close below tenkan, and we're good to go. Look at what has happened to price. There is RSI is making lower lows, but price made a double top. That's a divergence, and followed by the flip over. That's a sell zone. And I'll just fly through these stocks quickly. Tesla. I've been watching Tesla. I like trading Tesla. It gives lots of 5 baggers. There is Tesla. I've even drawn the lines there. Price going up. RSI flat. Sell divergence. What happened? 2 days ago, we had parabolic flip over. Price closing below tenkan. That was the sell zone. If you had missed that one, you're supposed to be selling as of yesterday. Because now we're in the sell zone. With our divergence, parabolic flip over, close below tenkan, price crossing below the 70 line in RSI, crossing below the 80 line, below 80 line in stochastic, and stochastic is below its own moving average. Everything confirmed for a sell zone. That's Tesla. And Microsoft. Microsoft, as of today, we've had the crossover, parabolic flip over. Price closed below tenkan yesterday. Now all of them are aligned. We have divergence there. Price went high. RSI refused to confirm. All the other conditions are met, as I've explained in the previous, when I looked at Tesla and Facebook. So this one is also, as of today, it's a sell. And Amazon, I'm just picking the biggies. And these ones I won't be spending more time. As of yesterday, we had the confirmation of a sell. Flip over, crossover of tenkan, all these crossing all the major lines and aligning, getting our sell signal. From that point there, I'm just illustrating the divergence point. Price clearly went higher, and RSI didn't confirm that, it opposed it. That's a sell divergence. So you have all these other conditions and a sell divergence in place. That's Amazon. What we have for Google, Same scenario. There we are, flip over, cross, we're going down, guys. RSI flat, price going higher, there is divergence. Netflix. Netflix, as of now, we've had the flip over and the cross below tenkan confirmed. Everything else is pointing the right direction. It's also a sell with a sell divergence in place also. Then I went and looked at some of the semiconductors. Semiconductors have been good friends of mine when it comes to major moves. Nvidia. What has happened? As of yesterday, with the confirmation of a sell. There it was, parabolic flipped over, price closed below tenkan. It was a sell signal, and it's continuing in progress as we speak of today, but already yesterday we had it set. And also with the candlestick formation, green, up, down. So that's Nvidia. I'll take AMD. Same story with AMD. That was a top zone there. Price went up. RSI went down. Sell divergence. Yesterday, we had our confirmation of a sell. And today is just rocking. I couldn't make most of these videos yesterday. I was busy with my setups. We also have another semiconductor, TSM. Taiwanese something. Where is it? There we are. Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturer. This one is a little bit tricky. It hasn't confirmed anything. What has it done from the topping zone there? It has given us a sideways chain divergence. It's been doing its sideways thing. Nothing confirming a sell or a buy. This is one I wouldn't touch. So it's not doing what the other semiconductors are doing. It's just churning around. Don't touch. Then I also looked at credit card providers. That is Visa and MasterCard. Visa, what happened? Yesterday we had the confirmation of a sell. Everything aligned for a sell. We had a small divergence. It was closely packed, not very strong one to confirm that. And looking long term, it's not clear also. So there's not a strong divergence there, and I wouldn't like to pick on this one with so many other options. This one lacked the strong divergence I need to see. MasterCard. As of yesterday, we had the confirmation of a sell, and today is in progress. And just like Visa, we don't have a strong divergence. It's more like continuation. This is where the price is likely to dip a bit and do the sideways move or something. So Visa and MasterCard, I won't touch them. Yes, they have the sell conditions set up there, but weak on divergence. Then I also looked at one of my favorite sites. It's the gaming platforms, EA. EA has been in a sell, has had a sell set up for some time. From this topping zone here, price went up to the new highs there, and RSI failed to confirm that proper divergence. Then with the flip over there, so we expected this thing to go down. It's still going down. So This was early in the game, unlike some of them which were giving us sell conditions yesterday. With these gaming stocks, they've been in the sell mode for some time now. Same story with the Activision result. We had the divergence. Sorry, there we are. There to there, making this new high. RSI refusing to confirm it with a double top when the price was going higher. Divergence, flip over there. And what is price doing? It's still accelerating down. And on this gaming stock, there's one which is totally different. It's called the C. I haven't really investigated it that much, but it's been doing completely different from the other gaming ones. Yes, it has the divergence there. There's that top there, and it went and made higher tops there, which RSI has shown that it's not confirming, it's diverging. So that we have a sell divergence. Yesterday, the sell conditions were confirmed. Parabolic flipped over, price closed below tenkan, and we are down. So if you want to play on the gaming stocks, I think C Limited will be the best one to take. I've just been cruising through stocks, just highlighting how many of them in the few sectors which I have picked, which are showing us the sell conditions. We are in a sell zone. This is the time to be selling these shares based on the daily chart. If you want to come and play the weekly chart, you might have to wait a little bit. It's not fully confirmed on the weekly charts, but the daily charts are your friend as of now. That was my quick video, just to illustrate that point. I want to just mention some things. I did illustrate this 5-bagger option setup. After I illustrated it, I applied it when I used it on this, what I call the COVID-19 vaccine trade, where I was looking at MN. This stock is difficult for me to pronounce. Let me just open it and try and read it slowly. Moderna Incorporated. This was the stock where I did not use technical analysis or fundamental. It has to do with the vaccine production for COVID. And I'd say that from this 80 zone, either it was going to rocket up if the vaccine is approved and we have good reviews on it, or it's going to collapse if it's found not to be effective. And my range was 100, I make 5-bagger. 60, I make a 5-bagger. And we're trading at 60.26. This is already a 5-bagger. I just posted on Twitter earlier today and said, confirmed 5-bagger. Here it is. 1 moon ago, made this 16-minute video highlighting that it was a potential 5-bagger that has come to pass today. Today meaning as of today. That's why Twitter is saying 33 minutes ago, that's when I posted this. It's a confirmed 5-bagger, guys. This is not a story. I posted it a month ago. It is a month ago I posted the video, and today it's confirmed. And Apple, I posted it a week ago telling you it was the topping zone, and as of yesterday it confirmed a sell setup. Now this is in the sell zone. Just one point which I wanted to mention, but I think I mentioned it in my previous videos. That's targeting. I rarely use targeting, but I want to give some idea of how targeting works. Usually when you have divergence, I'll be referring to this point to that one. There to there. RSI made flat tops, price went higher. When you have this divergence and you get a sell confirmation, price usually as a first target comes to hit the lowest point between the trough, between the divergence points. So the trough in this case is here, it's sitting at 108. That's the first target you would expect. So you can apply on all the other ones where you're saying divergence, divergence. That's the first point. It's not always the final target. Because for me, I don't use targets to get out of the trades. I use my indicators, my groupings. Once these are confirmed groupings, then I would start considering it target, but definitely expect it to come down to close one of these gaps here. My take will be 100, in the 100 zone there. That's where we might be. But yeah, I've illustrated my point. I just wanted to show you the sell zones which are happening in most of these popular stocks. And point made. I'm going to sign off. It's 2:09 p.m. Sabata. I thank you for listening, and I hope you found it helpful and educational. That was my take.